started this approach in 2008 after the big financial crisis and the issues it had. And over that period of time, we've had a number of different colleges on board helping us. This year we have those 5, and we're very thankful for those 5 schools. 2 of them are in the audience tonight. Heather is here from Benedictine, and Brian is here from St. Xavier. Would you guys come up? And again, round of applause for these guys. There is no other college that my 5 is here. Is this tonight? Okay. So please feel free to ask any of us questions. The college reps often can give you some insights from the college perspective. That's helpful. As we leave tonight after Q&A, if you wanted to come up and speak with, oh, somebody else is here. Oh, fantastic. You are? Ms. Phillips. Phillips. Ms. Phillips is here from the University of St. Francis. Eloise. Thank you, Eloise. Thanks for coming. Appreciate her as well. Great. So, fantastic. So what we would like to do is answer your questions to the group, and then individual personal questions you want to ask any of the 3 reps, you can do that. As I'm leading, you certainly want to talk with me personally, you can do that as well. Anybody have any general questions? Oh, can I cover one item that always comes up in the questions? This way nobody has to ask us. How do I file this document if we're divorced? So federal methodology says, if you're in a divorce household, give us the information of the family where the child lives most of the time. So let me do this for an example. If I was divorced and my daughter lived with me more than 6 months during the last 12-month cycle, the income and the assets that I would record would be mine and my daughter's, not my daughter's mother. If I remarried, it would be mine, my daughter's, and my new spouse, again, not my daughter's mother. The family where the child lives most of the time, not who claims the child on a tax return. Okay, questions, anybody? Yes, sir?
Can you give us even a hypothetical example of a certain income level and asset level for an average family, what this calculator would show in terms of EFC?
The EFC calculation?
Yeah.
So right now, an income level with an asset protection allowance, a dollar amount that would be under the asset protection allowance, an income level of less than 100, so about 90, 95, that'll have an EFC of about 14. That, you know, so you could kind of ratchet from there, but the best way to do it is just do the calculation. But don't misinterpret your EFC number. Don't, because the wave of discounting has, EFC numbers have an impact on discounting. But there's all kinds of other things that we covered tonight that aren't necessarily tied to that EFC number. Yes?
How much savings do they allow you?
So the asset protection allowance is not a fixed dollar amount. It is very much dependent on the age of the family, the age of the older parent, and the number of children in the family. Okay? So the emergency cash theory moves depending on it. Here's a general gauge. I'll give you a general gauge of an asset protection allowance. So if I was a 45-year-old and I was a family of 4 with 1 in college, you're probably looking at an asset protection, and a 2-parent family, you're probably looking at an asset protection allowance to be somewhere between 40 and 50K. And that's, again, reportable assets, because the equity in the home and retirement plans are never to be recorded. Any other questions? Yes, ma'am? In the yellow? I'm sorry, in the blue? We'll go with you first, yeah. That's okay. We'll get to the person in yellow, no problem.
The loan amounts that you shelled out for the student loan,
Yes.
are they subsidized or unsubsidized?
Okay, very good question. So the question is, there's terminology in the student loan programs. The terminology is subsidized and unsubsidized. So what that means when a student loan is subsidized, that means that while the student's in college, the interest does not accrue on the loan. If it is unsubsidized, that means that while the student's in college, the interest does accrue on the loan. We don't know the amounts that would be subsidized or unsubsidized, but we only know the maximum subsidized that a family could have would be of the $5,500, $3,500. Could be subsidized, but that's going to be dependent on the EFC and the other things in the award letter. Now, don't let that bother you too much, because we are in a low interest rate cycle. So if you imagine that you're talking about the interest accumulation at 4% on a student loan that would be $5,000, you're talking $200. So, you know, you could pay interest only, you know, they're not allowed to loan to capitalize. In the yellow.
So you said you can appeal your EFC number?
Well, it's actually what you're doing is you're going back into the financial aid officers of the colleges, you're creating an appeal. And what you're doing is you're appealing not only the EFC number, but really how they view your situation. They don't have enough information. And so it's very subjective in nature. You know, the colleges really have to interpret and determine what they're going to do with that information. Sometimes they can actually lower your official EFC number. That's some of what, in professional judgment, they have the capability of doing. But you're not directly appealing to FAFSA. You're appealing directly to the colleges.
Okay, so when they take into consideration, say, dash or charitable contributions, I mean, they look at like a bigger picture?
Yes. Yeah, it's really designed for you to demonstrate topics that are beyond the information on FAFSA. Any other questions? Okay, again, as I said, thank you to these guys. Certainly feel free to approach them as we go, and thank you for giving me time to do the presentation tonight. So, it's all governments.